For the Molly. Hi, Dr. Darcel. Yep. I just shoved dinner in my mouth so quickly, so I probably have stuff in my teeth. I didn't even. Oof.
I can't see the live. Hold up.
Oh, hi, loves listening in because I'm out and about. Ooh, we're gonna miss you.
Yes, out and about on the Old Town Road.
On the Old Town Road.
All right.
Start singing.
I think we are on YouTube now.
Talk to Darcel. He loves love. I don't know what that. Oh, we're on
Hey,
YouTube.
loves. Hey, love. How's it going? We are on YouTube too, so we got it on.
Are we? Yeah. Shoot.
I'm just simulcasting it because I don't know.
I'm over here I'm supposed to be on a diet.
You're human. One day
So
won't hurt.
No, I'm doing the 75 hard.
Yeah, that's that Larry Goggin or whatever.
I forgot his name already. I don't know what the podcast. I forgot.
But
I got these fat bombs, these keto cups. Costco has them. I used to make them at home. Yeah, and I have a sweet tooth. And after I eat food, I have to have dessert.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
It signals, hey, you're done. Like you either need to have coffee or I have to have like some kind of
and get a bevy.
That's probably why this is the way it is. David Goggins.
Would you take it yeehaw. Mm-hmm. David Goggins, yeah.
The 75 hard isn't David Goggins.
But it sounds like it's that same genre of like
self-help.
Go hard.
Yeah. So all I'm doing is intermittent fasting, but just try not to be a sloppy mess when I eat. And working
How does that work?
My 16-8, so I can't eat before 11 and I have to cut myself off at 7. So I have tea before bed and that kind of fills me up and then I go to sleep. And I'm trying to eat cleanish, healthy, but I'm not going to beat myself up over stuff because I'm old and I have kids.
I should look.
Yeah, I'm trying. And then you have to do 2 45-minute workouts. Oh, tonight's what are we talking about this for? Nobody cares about this. We talk about big love. Polyamory.
Yes. Can you add it? I don't even know how to do. I can't do it.
Well, I was talking.
They need to make like moderators.
About polyamory or something.
Let's talk about poly, baby. Darcel, come through on the live.
Yeah, let me send an invite. Who's Darcel? I don't know Darcel.
You gotta talk to Darcel.
Yeah, talk to Darcel. No, so we've been on vacation, or like on break. We haven't been recording new content, but we've been posting re-releasing and revisiting every Sunday the most popular episodes that we've put out thus far. I mean, we're still a new podcast, but you guys really responded to our codependency episode. I think that's a topic that resonates with a lot of people. One of our big ones was our slumber party with Anna.
Yeah.
But a lot of you listened to and probably re-listened to our Love Bigly episode, which was re-released and revisited on Sunday. So we're here to talk about polyamory and polyamorous relationships tonight. Right?
Yep. I was listening to it, and I don't think anything has changed for me. I think I was already alluding to being open to possibly dating someone who's poly. So I don't know if I could be it myself.
What does that mean? What do you mean open to it? But you would be monogamous with that person, but that person could be polyamorous.
Yeah. I'm starting to be
that I could not,
because ain't nothing left, to be honest. Ain't nothing left.
Ooh, it's hard in these streets. I don't know.
I just join a family. Just join up a family. Be the winch of the house.
My views are still the same. I think I was overly sensitive to language.
Hi, Nicholas 954.
Because I was new to a lot of the lingo, especially the programming part. I was like, what? Like,
yeah, I remember.
But I still stand by what I said. I do think there is some kind of condescension when I have spoken to, and the interview we did, which we didn't publish, the interview we did was not my first encounter with polyamorous people. There are friends of mine from law school who decided to open their marriage up and become poly, and then subsequently got divorced. But they started a Facebook page about their relationship, which was really odd.
Yeah,
started
like
a whole
polyamory or like.
Yeah, and the things that they talked about and the way that they started framing their relationship, almost in a way that was defensive before anybody could ask questions. They were kind of on the attack, like, if you don't understand this, then you're just not whatever,
you're not deprogrammed.
Yeah, and I just feel like if you want to do it, do it. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm not going to make a judgment call on how woke you are because you can do, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's no need to go down that road. Just explain it so we understand. It doesn't have to be
that's off-putting. I'm sick of people though, so.
Me too. That sucks.
I don't know what to do.
Well, I mean, what can we do?
I know, like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm going to jump up a bridge? I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Better not. Where's Talk to Darcel? Shoot.
Talk to Darcel?
Pin it.
Left? Can you, can you
pin
that comment?
Yeah, I sure did. I just did. Poly relationships. Where's Talk to Darcel? I tried. Oh, yeah, he's gone.
Where I mean, we gone, can shoot girl?
This shit. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, Mo. I'm sad.
It's been a minute in a New York minute.
Oh, I'm like burping up dinner. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I'm having my little margarita for Taco Tuesday.
I can't do alcohol. So now the tables have turned. I can't. So I'm drinking sparkling lime water.
That's good.
Yeah, but I'm bubbly.
I got you.
That topo. Oh yeah, is it Sprouts?
Sprouts. Aww.
Cheers,
twins. Cheers.
That was funny. I love you. Oh.
GMTA. Man, we asked Talk to Darcel to come live and they left. Hi, Sean Joseph. How's it going?
Hey, Sean Joseph. Did anybody listen to the episode the first time or this last time? Like,
right?
That's the question. Because I mean, we really, okay. So polyamory is a relationship in which you, what is it? You're a polyamorous. So multiple amours, loves, whatever. Right. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, everybody should know what polyamory is by now. Right. So basically you can just have I would even call it an open relationship. Mm. It's just multiple relationships at the same time.
That's a form of polyamory, I think is how you put it. So,
because there's different types. Yeah. But okay, so let's talk about this. And I don't know what I got on my head.
It looks good. I love the
yeah, because it's a mess underneath. So I just threw this out like when I work out and stuff. But anyways, so in dating, like on the apps, are you saying that there's like a lot of people looking like married people or coupled people looking for?
They're trifling people.
I mean,
because they're also married people who are not, their partner
they
doesn't
just try
know.
to cheat.
Yeah, so I guess that's unethically non-monogamous.
I thought that was very strange when I first came across that term, ethical non-monogamy. Mm. It's a mouthful.
But yeah, then you have people who are like, I'm in a relationship, she knows, or my partner and I. You lost me?
No, I just realized now you're not coming in through here. You're here, so everybody in the house can hear us talking.
Oh, that's hilarious.
There's no way for me to fix it without closing out. So we're gonna do this.
You sure? If you take them both off and put them both back on, they should. And I don't know how you have yours set up. It should go.
Yeah, I hear it. What's it connected to now, though? Because you're still coming out of here.
Are you on YouTube?
No. This is strange. I'm connected to something because it did the little thing.
Oh.
That's weird. Whatever.
Say lovey. You sound fine.
Charge these bad boys. Well, I'm just trying to do it so we can speak candidly and got frozen.
You froze. That was hilarious. You like, we can speak candidly and
well, that's
it. It keeps freezing up
in my ears. That was weird.
It was the ancestors. I keep getting messages from people, from these scammers talking about like your ancestors have a message for you. Please message me ASAP.
Yeah, there's a prince with some money in Nigeria.
I'm like, hey, if they ain't got no dollars for me, then I ain't got
nothing I need.
Sign off on nothing. Then I ain't here for it. Bye.
So poly.
Yeah. So you have all the different kinds. So we went through. You have like the unethical ones. So like people who are cheating. And then you have the ethical partners.
You unethical. You cheating.
The partners who know about each other. But then on the dating apps, you get those too. But then you get like different types. So it'll be maybe one person is allowed to have, or I don't want to say allowed, but one person goes off and dates, and the other person doesn't. And then you have one where they both date and they don't talk about it.
And it's not a group relationship. It's individual relationships, right? It's not like
they both date and they don't cross the line between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be like, I'm dating and I got my partner, you're dating, you got your partner, and we never come together. And then you have
the four of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you have the ones who do.
The primaries, right? Right? I mean, that's one of the terms that we had an issue with. So there's a primary, and then, you can have a relationship over here and you can have a relationship over here, but you take precedent over these guys. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I'm
like, shouldn't yourself be the primary?
Well, there you go.
But then you have the ones where they'll all be together. So it'll be like, the two, they know about each other. Maybe they're friends, or maybe it's two couples. So it's like they're both each other's primaries.
Or is that derogatory?
Swinger, that would be like.
Is that?
I don't
know if it's like I don't know the terminology. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Hey, Matthew, I don't know. You come through. Come on the live.
Here, I'll send the invite.
I know you're not coming, but still, you're invited.
Whoever. I'm just come talk.
And then so you have the ones who are I don't know if you can use that word, but they're friends, like two
they're
couples.
Swanging.
Yeah, swinging away. And then they're all kind of different ones. They may bring, like, it may be a couple and they bring other people in.
Mm-hmm.
But
watch me struggle.
What you hiding? Your hair look good.
I don't know. It just makes me feel some kind of way. I still don't get it.
What is that? What is there to get?
Well, I mean, it's maybe it's not for me to get. I just don't understand how it has been my experience that you cannot, like, one relationship is hard enough, right? Like, it's really, as we see divorce rates, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, so a justification, not that it has to be justified, for polyamory would be monogamy is not natural, right? Like, we can't stay married, we can't stay in committed relationships. Oh, my kids are
right.
screaming.
I was
But
like, what did I okay.
Yeah, that's the children.
Thank you for saying something. I would have just thought I was nuts and moved on.
But it doesn't seem possible to me to have a serious, deep relationship with multiple people. Like, I feel like that's, do you hear this?
Dang.
It's my life. My poor mom is out there with them.
Imagine that times 2. I was kidding.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, okay, and that's another thing is like they can have families. Like like the show. What is the show?
Sounds
Big
stressful
Love.
too.
Is it Big Love?
I don't.
Yeah, and he's got 4 wives, and they all have multiple children each.
Yeah, and the dynamics, and then like, do you got primary kids? Like, then what? Is it like a primary kid? You move over. You're the secondary kid. Move over secondary.
You got bad grades. You tertiary. I don't know. And this isn't a new thing, but I feel like it's become more popular. And I have I don't know if they're popular or unpopular opinions, but I feel like it's like on trend, or, and this is going to sound disrespectful, I don't mean it to be, but it seems like it's easier to do than to be in a monogamous relationship.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I kind of agree. I've been thinking about it too, and I have a hypothesis that it has something to do with not being able to deal with themselves. So it's like they can never take that time to say, I am my own person. I am responsible for my own happiness. I'm responsible for my own well-being, and being comfortable in that. They always want somebody to lean on. Well, if anything
can't be
happens,
alone.
If anything happens, I at least have this person. And I'm not trying to disrespect. I would love someone probably to come through.
Please. Well, that's the thing is, I don't. We have to have these types of conversations in order to understand. And maybe I am programmed into this whole monogamy, whatever. But I just, it's really something that the way it was presented to me doesn't make sense. Like in the episode, we talk about it. The person we interviewed spoke about it, about how
let me see if they're
you
around.
have, oh Lord, you have the capacity to love a lot of people. Your mother, your father, your significant other, your children, whatever. And I absolutely agree with that. Of course, you have the capacity for love that can be shared with that many people. But romantically, I don't know. All that is needed to have a serious relationship, I don't think you have the capacity to do that with 2 or 3 people at the same time.
I don't know, because I still don't know what it's like to have a relationship, so I can't speak on it. But
we got to work on that.
It just seems
everybody.
It seems interesting because I guess on one side I see it as people being so independent that they can go and do all of these different things. But then I don't know, there's something that makes it seem like they're so dependent. Like, I would rather just have someone on the back burner because I can't let them be free, because I need to have a backup plan, or I need to have a foundation, my safety net. That's almost what I see it like. It's a safety net kind of thing, because you're always going to have a safety net. But and if you're single, I guess it's maybe a fear of commitment or something like that, or I don't know. It's just interesting.
I listened to the episode again a couple days ago, or yesterday or whatever, and I think one of the points I made is still something that I believe, is that it's attraction is natural, right? And I don't think that it's wise to try to conflate attraction and love or relationships. You can have the capacity for attraction for a lot of people. I don't know that you have the capacity for love with multiple mature adult relationships. I think that
I don't know
it's
what
natural.
romantic love is. Like, I'm because I was like, wait, I love all y'all. So what's the yes?
Yeah, but I mean, are you trying to?
I mean, let me see.
I mean, these days we've been in the pandemic. It's been hard. No, but I think it's natural to be attracted to people, and that's
whether. Oh yeah, you talked about that
whether
in the
you're
episode.
Married or not. Yeah, whether you're married or not. I don't fault my husband for finding somebody attractive. I will joke with him and pick on him if I notice that he's, does find somebody attractive. But it doesn't have to be acted upon. And that's the commitment part. That's the maturing in relationships part. I feel like you start off in high school, college, your 20s, whatever, dating, and people, a lot of people cheat. On throughout their lives
immature,
or whatever. Yeah, and just this is what I want. I want this. Oh, look at that over there. Like I can't make.
What's
my
that
mind,
called? The id or whatever. Wait, there's part of the ego that has to get a satisfaction. That sounds like that.
I don't know, but I mean, you could be attracted. You don't have to.
Yeah,
but I guess if you want to act,
it's the same thing with people being disrespectful. Like when a bisexual person marries one person, and it's like, well, are you going to cheat with the other thing? Well, I don't even know what you call it these days. You're going to cheat with the other one, and they're like, that does not make any sense. Do you think heterosexual people
exactly?
Yeah, just lose attraction.
Just because I got married,
you have a special connection, and you're willing to take the risk and have that connection with one person. And I think that is a risk that a lot of people are afraid of.
Yeah.
And I know you like your beliefs is like everything is permanent, but my thing, I see it as nothing is permanent. So why make yourself suffer? Or like, why not live in a way you want to live?
But who's suffering? My thing is, if you're suffering, then something obviously is not right. Do you know what I mean?
I'm making assumptions because I'm just going off. I think I keep hearing a lot of stories of people who were basically being cheated on and like, okay, I'll do it.
Become poly? Is that what you mean? Yeah, that's and we touched on that in the episode. Is if you don't enter into the relationship open and poly, I don't think it makes much sense to go from a monogamous relationship to a poly relationship, because that wasn't the expectation from the onset. Like, so that's, I don't think it would ever work. I don't know. I don't think that makes any sense. I mean, if you're having problems in your relationship,
because I feel like in a lot of like TV, like I know all these people getting divorced, but like in a lot of like TV stuff, you hear, oh, we started to open up the relationship. It's like they're trying to see whatever works because nobody wants to do that.
Trying to save it.
Yeah. No one wants to work on themselves. How is somebody else going to save your marriage? And then you'll see a blog. You will see a blog where it'll say something like, I went poly and it saved my marriage. But did it though? Or you just got lucky?
It changed your marriage.
Yeah.
It didn't save your marriage. It changed it into something completely different.
And it's complicated. Like, I'm just mad they're taking all the people. I mean, that's my concern.
Like, you already got someone. Why you need somebody else?
You already got someone. Now you're taking away from us. So that's why I feel like I'm more open. I'm like, okay, well, y'all gonna take, I'm taking too then, because there's nobody left. I mean, no one with sense. It's nothing but a bunch of zombies left in these streets. It's bad. Sean Joseph, I don't know if Sean Joseph is still here. If Sean Joseph and Jordan came through for I just had an impromptu live on my Instagram. And it was, see, we're early and look, let me stop on my Instagram. And we were just swiping on OkCupid, and it was just they got to see how sad it was. It was depressing. Like, is this reality? Like, it's like someone just birthed all of these ingrates or something, I don't know, and then like threw them out into the streets. Like, it's bad. But yeah, if I see a poly person, like that married guy was weird. I thought that was if he would have written to me in a different way, I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I can't even say 100.
This is sad that I have to ask which
the most recent one. Because he just wrote me. He was like, "Hey, sexy." So I'm like, okay, you're objectifying me from jump. This is not.
Why do men think that's a good way to come at anybody?
Yeah. The older I get, I actually don't like, we talked about not liking compliments, but I especially don't like compliments about my appearance because it comes off as shallow. And it's like, I'm 40 years old. I don't need some 30 or 40-year-old guy talking about my looks. What did you read on my profile? Like, tell me something of substance, or just say hello. Like, don't give me that, hey, sexy, hello, beautiful.
Or don't sexualize my appearance.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone thinks you're beautiful, that's not, I mean, they shouldn't just be like, hey, you're beautiful. I mean, say more than that, but don't, hey, sexy, hey, what up? Don't do that. Yeah, that's, so.
Hey, hot chocolate.
So take notes, people. Hot chocolate. Ooh, that's what they be saying to you? Ooh, look at all these hearts. I never noticed those before.
Anna giving him horny hearts.
And then Matt something. We got some hearts from him too.
Thanks.
Like, okay.
Yeah. Hi, Marshall Bell. Wait, Marshall Bell said something.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still here. Who's in the room? Boo boo. Yeah, he's still here. Uh-oh. Mo's not, though. Oh, Mo. Instagram is janky. La 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 la. Why is this not working? Mo on the go. Oh, Instagram. This is a mess. Let's see if we can get her back. There you are.
I was like, why do I still hear you? It's because you were still on YouTube. I was like, what the hell?
I was singing Mo.
Yeah. I was like, what is that? Ain't nobody been on the YouTube yet.
So Anna said, this is so foreign to me. Yeah, girl.
Yeah, girl. I mean, it ain't foreign to me, unfortunately, being black. I'm trying to think, though.
Explain that.
Did we get that back in Balance? I don't know.
What do you mean?
Back in the day, I don't know if I got that back in the day. I mean, a guy talked to me and he was like in the process of getting a divorce. Like, now I know that was a red flag, but never mind.
I've never had that experience.
Poly experiences or anything.
The polyish.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, no comment on the 20s, the 20s, and just people like objectifying or, yeah, it's weird. Now that I think back, I don't think I appreciated what it was until it started. I think it was when I lived in Boston. It was I think you saw, like, I would just be like, what the hell is going on? Everybody is poly. Like, there was no escape. Then go to the Bay Area. Oh my God.
Is there a lot of poly up here?
A lot, girl. Your neighbors probably own them ass. So I'm just telling you right now. It's crazy.
I'm so not in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
I feel like that's the dream. Like, to just be out of the world. It ain't nothing nice. It ain't nothing nice. But
it's very different from like what I remember.
Yeah. You can see, like, I would go on there and and it's like, you see people, like, I'm telling you, I can guarantee you, I don't know how big your neighborhood is, but there's at least one couple looking.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, we're pretty diverse here in all other aspects of identities, identification, and whatever. So I'm sure they're probably.
And I love it though, because I feel like you should be your authentic self, and that's great. But it's so awkward too, because, like, I remember being up there and people be like, oh, I'm about this life. And I'm like, oh my God, I know that. Like, this is awkward. Like, who knew?
But then is it like, I mean, I think maybe that's why they're defensive, or we feel,
because they probably
I felt
things.
Yeah, because, like, who knew? I mean, who cares, right? Wouldn't that be the response? Like,
exactly.
Oh, so-and-so is gay, or so-and-so married a black woman or a white woman. Who cares?
Exactly.
Like, overall
everything. Like, that's
right.
Like, one of those moments.
Yeah.
Like, that you have when you realize everything is bullshit.
Yeah.
And why are we giving value to this? Like, who cares? And why do we care? You care. And
yeah, like you realize. Well, because because your perception probably of that person, or the way you created them in your mind, isn't what it is. Yes, and I think that's where most of our problems come from. I mean, I think it was Krista in one of the episodes that said there's expectations and then there's like reality, and that's where you have conflict. Yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot from this podcast.
Right,
we've talked to some really
some free therapy going.
Right. But it's changed the way I think about things, or at least added more steps to how I think about things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna always think about things, but it's like I'm more critical in the way, like I'm allowed to have the thought. Is it a rational thought? You know, like what is it based on? Like I analyze a lot. Oh yes, girl, send me some of that hair. I miss hair.
Girl, it's falling out. I'll just pick it up and take it out the shower and give it to you. Shoot.
It's so funny because I looked at a picture from a year ago and I had shaved my hair out. So this is how much has grown in a year. That's it. If that. Like, I don't know when I stopped shaving it, but anyway. What were we talking about? We're losing viewers. Oh God. Nobody wants to come live. I've been watching too many
it's just two girls shooting shit. It's just two. Should I have dark chocolate fudge brownie? Or dark chocolate peanut butter? What time is it? I got an hour left of food in me.
I like that idea.
What? Fasting?
Yeah, because I just have lost
sleep half the time.
control. I eat whatever. 3 a.m.
I think that's what this is about. The 75 hard. What's that?
Oh, I was just saying I eat any time of day. 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Yeah. Well, this is. I think it's not a diet. The 75 hard. I think it's about self-discipline and just and I'm finding it, because yesterday I was like, I don't want to work out.
Yeah.
And
for me, I think it's hard because I lack self-discipline, and I realize why. It's like if you want to get into therapy session, like it's because I was always forced to do things. So it's like somebody's gonna make me do it. You know, oh, I gotta do the right thing, or I gotta go to school, you know, like I gotta clean my room. Somebody's gonna make me do it. And I never got that self-efficacy or whatever where I'm like, oh yeah, like, you know, this feels good to clean my
and now nobody's telling you what to do.
Nobody's like, I'm gonna beat that ass.
You need me to call you up. I will yell at you through the phone.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get
fold your laundry.
Gotta clean that line. But yeah, no, like there's no threat. And it's like, that's sad. Do I need a threat?
If you were conditioned to require a threat, I mean, I don't know. I just don't. I just know what feels good, and food feels good. Sleep feels good. Watching TV, watching 90 Day Fiance feels good. You know?
Yeah.
All that stuff. So it's hard. Like growing up, okay, this is one of the things I guess we're done with poly.
Yeah, what are we talking about now?
Well, growing up, I was just thinking to myself, like, my parents didn't eat like sugar cereal and junk food and stuff like that. Like they really didn't. My dad has a sweet tooth, but he never ate that stuff, right?
They did.
So
as a treat.
I like ice cream or something, but like
that's exactly
when
what
it came time when it came time to like have breakfast, let's say, and it was just quick cereal, like they weren't eating Captain Crunch, you know what I mean? And so now it's like weird because I'm a grown up and I still like my Captain Crunch. Like I didn't grow up. Like I'm eating. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the things that I didn't get to indulge in as a child, I allow myself to do now.
And I'm the same.
Which is probably.
I'm the same but different. Good. A lot of the things that I was allowed to, because even though my parents didn't eat that way, they let me, you know, they would buy me snacks and everything, and then I comforted myself. I would, you know, eat snacks. I got to the point when I would just like take food and just be in my room watching Arsenio Hall, you know. Like, and look, after all of that, I was thinking, after all of that, Byron Allen became the billionaire. I digress.
Whatever.
But yeah, that was a comfort for me. For my 16th birthday, my mom gave me 2 large pizzas, and I ate them both.
For your birthday? At least you got something for your birthday, I guess.
Oh yeah, I got other stuff, but the food.
And Cinemax.
That was.
And I got jokes.
But yeah, like the Cinemax. Ooh, God, that was good. I wish I could find that. That was good.
I don't even want to know. I can't. I cannot. What else is there? What's going on? What's good? I feel like, when's the last time we went live? Last week? Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some. We talked about January. Oh yeah, we got into it. Where's K Amazing?
I forgot about that. Oh yeah. Might
okay,
be too
I'm
early.
reading.
She might be.
People might. Oh, we only got 3 people. Marshall.
Yeah,
Bell
people
and
left.
Son.
They were not interested in our food talk.
Bye bye. No, but for the 75 hard, you have to read 10 pages a day of nonfiction. So I picked some books that I read in college from like a sociology on race, class, and gender class that I took. Okay. So the book is called White Privilege. It's just straight up white privilege. So I'm reading it. It's just essays from like Bell Hooks, and like that's who I just read. That's why it's fresh in my mind. But there's a couple other essays about how to address white privilege. And I find it very interesting the way that they are articulating what exactly is white privilege in a way that should be more digestible for white people to understand.
Yeah, without getting offended. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like that immediate defense, and you're not willing, you shut down and you're not willing to hear.
Well, so, I think one of the things that I found interesting, written by a white professor or something, was that when we talk about race, it's always about non-whites. We don't look at white as a race. White is the norm. White is normal. Whiteness, and it's not. We conflate ethnicity with race.
Because we talked about, was it you? Because we were talking about women.
Probably.
Like a guy, maybe it wasn't, but like a guy won't say, a white man, for instance, won't say.
We talk about this.
Women, yeah, he won't say women, like white women are this or that.
Well, because if they're talking about women,
because
they're automatically talking about white.
Automatically talking about white.
If they're talking about whoever, teachers, they're talking about white teachers. They have to preface it by saying black or Asian or whatever, and that is the basis of white privilege, is that everything is about you.
Yeah.
And
can you imagine? I can't even imagine.
And everything else is other than. So you are the standard. You're
the standard. You're the goal.
You're the norm. You're normal. You know. Yeah. And it was another example they gave was
oops, sorry.
Hey.
Trying to check
one of the things they did as an experiment, or not an experiment, but like an analogy, was like if you had a very I don't know the word, Jewish family, what if they're really rigid in their rules, what is it called? Orthodox Jew? Orthodox Jewish family living in Nacogdoches, Texas or something. They would be very acutely aware of their ethnicity, of their faith, of their culture, because they are one of the only in this part of Texas. But if you drop them in whatever neighborhood in New York, I forgot. Yeah, they wouldn't be confronted with their identity because everything around them looks like them. There is no difference. So that is what white people feel, is when everything around them looks like them, they are not confronted with their whiteness.
They don't even.
If you drop them in the middle,
like, it's bad. You can be like, I've experienced this with white people, and it's so funny because in some cases, like, it depends on the circumstance. They can be hyper aware and then be afraid of you, like in your own surroundings. Like I said, I lived in the hood, and like we get off the elevator and white people jump, and I'm like, you're in the hood. Like, you're gonna go outside. You're gonna be much more white people than this. But then there's also that thing where they're so insular and they're so stuck in their own world that they don't even notice other people are there. This happened to me the other day, and I was just like, this lady was mad disrespectful. She was like, "Oh, go to the back to get something," and I was like, "Okay." It's like, I'm not gonna take that personally. And then I just sat down. But then she started helping other people. She came back, never acknowledged me. And then this other woman came back and she's telling her to do something else. And I said, excuse me. You know, I said, what, you know me, I can't help myself. I was like, what in the racism? And the girl, she was like Latinx or something. So she was just like, no, definitely not that. But yeah, I was fine. It was like a black lady they were helping up front. So, you know, you never know, but it's just like that thing that you don't exist. I can't explain it, but it's so awkward. Like, cause I can't imagine that. Like I can't imagine seeing a group of people as non-existent. That's why I'm like, I wanted to write a horror film or something like that, where, cause it's like, how is
where
this
it was
possible?
reversed.
It's like you do exist, but they don't give a fuck. You know, it's like, that's how it is. That's the truth.
Or just they were so like, and I feel some type of way about that too, because I feel like we talk about racism, we talk about like the roots of it, we talk about slavery, and we talk about these things, but just how we, like, they're raised this way. This is how you are socialized. So it can't, I understand that it can be jarring to be like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean you feel like other? Or what do you mean, you know, coming from their perspective, I can understand how it's probably like shattering their worldview.
But isn't it crazy though?
Bring this to their attention. It's absolutely crazy. But I also think to some extent it's not their fault, but it's their fault when they refuse to interact with the idea and talk about it and dissect it. But it's probably a big slap in the, like, oh my God, what? You know, like, what do you mean? Like, how am I benefiting? You know, a lot of times they, I saw a post about, I'm, you know, white privilege, like we struggled, you know, my parents worked 2-3 jobs, you know, and that's not what white privilege is about.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people are not understanding. And I think it is about whiteness not being a race. You are not considered one of the races because you are the norm, and all the races are other. Like, that is the privilege, is that you don't have to be confronted with race every day. You don't have a race. You are just human.
Yeah.
You are a human, and everybody else is some other kind of human, but you are the human. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the superiority of white supremacy. That's how it works. I mean, that's exactly what white supremacy is. But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're also not, there are more Asian people in the world than anything. So it's like, are they afraid of being eradicated? Because in the United States, it's mostly white people. I'm like, why do you care about me? You like 70-something% of people. Like,
they don't care about you though.
But they do. Like, they're so concerned about everything about a black person. And it's so interesting because I thought about that. Like, we're always talking about race, and that's how it's funny, because you see most of my friends are white, you know, but it's like they're awakened people. Like, I don't have any, like, I don't even
have a lot of, I mean, I have whatever.
I have a couple of acquaintances who may be like, oh my God, how dare you talk about race? But they're acquaintances, you know, like, but as far as friends, like, they're aware, like, they know, like, and they understand their privilege. They know there's white privilege out there. There's racism. They're not.
Where do you find them at?
You know, I don't know. Just living in the big cities. And then if you talk about race, they don't get defensive. They don't do the pull a Ramona Sanger. Well, I didn't. You know, it's just like, yes, I have privilege. This sucks. You know, some of them get off the chain. You know, oh, I wish I could be beaten, or you know, I wish I could.
That
take
feels
the play.
Funky.
Yeah,
like,
it's just like, come on now, you're doing it too much.
You're doing extra.
Right?
Yeah.
Now you feeling that white guilt coming through. Stop.
I don't know. I don't know what the solution. We always say, so what's the solution? Like, I don't know that there is one. This is how it was set up. We are going to constantly have conflict over how wrong it is, but nobody is going to change it. Yeah, we've had significant change, you know, but there's going to be no point in my children's future even where it's just going to be life, you know?
Never. It's never going to, because that's the nature of man. It's always going to be like we always talk about. It's always having to be better than somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can't do it, look at Afghanistan. I don't know the difference. I can't tell the difference between those people. That was horrible.
They all look the same to me.
But that's my point. You know, it's like you're going to always find a way to discriminate against other people because that's just the nature of humans. And it look at Palestine.
Is it though? Is it?
Yeah.
Is
look
it
at all these tribes?
The nature, like that's. But I mean, the tribes feuded with each other, let's say, or they would have, you know, whatever. You have your tribalism, or you stick with your tribe. But I wonder, like, was there always like what do you mean by discrimination? Maybe that's better. Like,
it's just always somebody always has to be on top or wants to be on top. It's never like,
and that's
for
preservation. That's for
because
preservation,
we are
right?
animals, and I think that's the difference. We have some humans who are closer to the animal state, and we have other humans who are closer to the God state. I mean, that's just what it is.
But since it is, we
Cain
can
and Abel,
agree
like
that
I was thinking about that the other day. Cain and Abel, jealousy and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's just like it's just the human condition.
What if it's about preservation though? I wonder what
are we preserving?
Yeah,
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, what would be the fear in a complete mixing of the races?
Eradication. Like people want their cultures to be. I was thinking the same thing about like with the measles and stuff that was going on in Brooklyn, and it's like people were dying and everything, yet people want to like preserve these cultures with these beliefs that may be considered outdated. And I didn't get it. It's like, okay, your culture dies out. And I think somebody said studies have been shown like 2 generations or so, people forget about you. So it's like nobody is sitting there around the fire table talking about you. It's like, move on. It's your ego wanting to be preserved. And I think that's what it is. It's like, oh, that's my ego. I want my kids. There was a reality show, and this girl was engaged to a guy. They both looked like white people on the outside, but one of them had a Korean mom, and her mom, and that was the guy. The girl's mom had well, I don't want to say it yet, but the girl was just full white, and her mom didn't want her dating the guy because he had Korean in his blood. And I'm like, he don't even look Korean. Like, but then she tried to make it about family. Oh, well, he doesn't. Hi, PHL beer drinker, welcome. She said he doesn't keep in touch with his mom, so he has poor family values or something like that. So she tried to make that the excuse, but it turned out that she was mad because his mom was Korean. But guess what? She was dating a Persian guy, like the mom. And it's just like, why?
I don't understand older people. I mean, one day.
But she said she wanted her grandkids to look like her. Who's to say they wouldn't?
I had a boyfriend in high school whose mom said stuff like that, and I was like, we're just 17 and dating. Yeah. And you're talking about how you can't wait to see your blue-eyed grandchildren, and I was like, I don't have blue eyes or children, but like it was not that we were like, oh, we're gonna get married, but it was just a very odd thing to say, like, you're temporary. That was rude.
Yeah.
And all 3 of my babies were born with blue eyes. So
see, that's interesting though. You see, that's that subtle racism. You don't know, you might have taken some of that in.
She wasn't, I mean,
but you still don't have blue eye, like, so it's like those little kind of things. Like you're less than.
I wonder if she knew that she was saying that.
I don't know. People, a lot of the things people say, I'm like,
do they even know?
They don't know.
Like, I wonder how would they know? Yeah. Oh no. But I wonder if I came across her today and said, hey, you said this to me, and I just wanted to let you know it stuck with me. I wonder if she would even.
Would she be
receptive?
Yeah.
She'd probably
like most people be like, what the fuck? Get over it. It's high school.
I never said that.
I never said. I love that. That's why I think I love documenting everything.
Yep.
People love to say,
you did it? Let me flip through these pages right quick. I'm going to find exactly where you said.
Here, page 53, row 9.
The kicker is that her grandchildren do not have blue eyes.
Yeah. sure she loves him just the same. So
right.
that's the thing. Yeah. She probably had something in her mind. Oh, dang, it was just us, girl.
Just me.
This was late notice. I'm not mad at it. We had people coming in and out.
It's been an hour, so
yeah, that's not bad. I'm not mad at it. And now we have more time.
Different people too.
Yeah, we had like a bunch of new people.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. We're getting the word spread around somehow. I don't know, but
I think it might change as we God, these bubbles.
Yeah, same.
It may change. This is so disgusting. Excuse me. It may change as we start releasing new episodes and like hyping it up all week, or
yeah. Because what's the next one? Do we have one?
I gotta look at it. I mean, we got all kind of stuff. I'm sure I
may need to revisit something else. Yeah, then I'll put that up